even though I can defend myself very fucking well, the safety of those kids are not being taken into consideration.
Why would we need Colby to drive there? And we don't even fuck with him like that.
Anything. No, they've already done that.
We have people in the same state as you, girly. We wouldn't need Colby.
These cameras of being in rooms.
Standing in your front yard watching the crazy neighbor down the road drive past and videotape your property.
The rest of this. Made this outside shed that I had back in 2021 that was gone in 2022. It was a game shed that had, I ran a business, right? So I had cameras all over my outside property, right? You know, because that's what you do. When you run an equine business and you rescue horses and you train horses and you have...
Only when she can afford her power. She's on prepaid electricity and they barely keep it on. They have to check daily to see how much change they got to put on it to keep their lights on.
On your property, right? And for my safety and their safety, you know, because if they get kicked in the head in the pasture and, they're laying out there, I'm going to have it recorded. So that way we both can be protected and we can be safe. It's never happened, just for the record. But what I'm saying is I have cameras all over.
Run a business at that time. She hasn't had her fucking business up in years. Her friends and her started a business together. They left her because she wanted to stay on the ground, not do anything, and still get paid for it.
Turn into... It was talk about it being turned into.
I gotta go help Nevaeh for a minute.
Place
if you need
for
to,
like a tack room and for everybody to hang out, like the boarders and stuff, because they're with their horses. They somewhere to go, somewhere to store their food, so they can just chill out all day, right? Because that's what you do when you run an equine facility. That's what you do. But it didn't last that long, and it was a gaming shed. But that was the original intent for it. Eventually.
Wasn't.
So again, having cameras outside is nothing. It's literally second nature to me.
She is a nut job.
A man shed, and she had a little pop-up tent beside it that she turned into a horse stall, and everything was made out of PVC and tarp.
And let me tell you something. When I had that a lot of those cameras, there was a couple of them, and I know that specific one was actually, it used to be a folding cam, and I'm pretty sure that the password and everything was changed, but it doesn't matter. There's only a handful of people that have access, right? Because when you run an equine facility and
access, because her horse got bred and she didn't know when it was going to be due, and she wanted me to help watch it because she was living in the back of a fireworks stand because they didn't have power on because she couldn't afford her power bill.
To those cameras, so that way they can keep an eye on your horse, right? So if it's the middle of the night and we want to take turns, they can just turn the camera on, watch it for a little bit while I get a nap. It's like that 24-hour thing. So one of those people who had access to those cameras was none other than Spicy Teacup Gigi.
There's a whole new story she's concocting.
I'm pretty sure I changed the password.
She always changes her story.
Friendship, and you consider somebody like a mother, you trust
This
them.
was the story before. Why did she tell us she had this camera to watch her kids?
And I was not
Why wouldn't
like a
she just
mother to
tell us
her.
this in
I was
the
just
first
the
place?
lady down the road that she manipulated and used me for everything she could. Vegetable plants, everything.
That's what I want to know. Those cameras have long been non-activated, so let me just make that clear. I don't even know where the fuck they are.
I didn't check them back then. Why am I going to check them now?
Upgraded. Maybe that's why you're pissed off, Gigi. Maybe because you don't have access to those cameras anymore, huh?
I never wanted access and never turned them on. Except for when I did one time when she asked me to because she was sitting with an animal in the barn.
Make it make sense. How are you going to come from me and tell everybody all that bullshit?
Not the barn. In the little lean-to she built on the back side of her house where her sliding glass doors are literally right there with a horse stall and chicken stalls, and she put her goat in it at one time, all kinds of shit.
It's all fucking wrong, right? Let me make that very clear. It's all fucking wrong. I don't condone any of it. But don't be the pot calling the kettle black here, because your shit's worse, way worse.